Good rising and great awakenings, and welcome to KemeTones Cosmic Sound Healing. My name is Tachia Ahmet Elmaat, and I'm so excited to be here today to be speaking to you about KemeTones. Today we're going to cover a very important aspect of KemeTones, which is HeruScopes. HeruScopes is a 13-month sidereal astrology system that's based on the wisdom of Kemet, the wisdom of ancient African Egypt, and also on wisdom from other indigenous cultures. Today you will learn what your sidereal astrology sign is, what your sun sign is in the HeruScope system. You're going to learn about the Neteru, the gods and goddesses associated with the Earth and Sun tuning forks from the HeruScopes Tuning Fork system. And then we're also going to listen to the tones for each of these particular tuning forks. And these are some of the topics that will be covered in the Aligning with Sirius KemeTones Certification and Retreat for Level 1 coming up this summer on July 12th in Portland, Jamaica. So stay tuned for more information on that as well. So let's begin with HeruScopes. What is HeruScopes? HeruScopes is a 13-month sidereal astrology system that's based on Kemetic wisdom. What is sidereal astrology? Well, the Babylonian astrology system that we're familiar with, the Zodiac, is based on an illusion. It's based on the motion of the Earth around the Sun, and they divided that orbit into 12 equal segments as opposed to the actual true motion of the Sun and the planets across the constellations known as the ecliptic or the Zodiac. In the Babylonian system, the Sun spends the same amount of days in each constellation, and each new month starts on or around the 21st of the month, just like the equinox and the solstice. However, in the sidereal system, in the HeruScope system, the Sun does not spend the same number of days in each month. It's different. In fact, no 2 months are the same. And just as in most indigenous calendars, there is a month that lasts only 1 week. And in this system, that month is Scorpio. So here is a chart that shows the amount of time the Sun spends in each constellation, and also shows you the number of days spent in each constellation. Now, if most of this is new to you and you haven't been following my video series or taking any of my classes or anything like that, then I would refer you to the Introduction to Cosmic Sound Healing, which is a free video series. Now, it came out a few years ago, so the free offer at the end is no longer available. However, the information is still right on time. So I would check those out, and then, maybe the information in this video will make more sense. But for those of you that have been following me for a while, I'm hoping that you're following along with this. Now, what about your sign? What sign are you sidereally? What sign are you in HeruScopes? So if you look at the chart here, you could just easily see what your birthday is, and then see what sign you are. So does this mean that your zodiac sign has changed? Probably. There are a few people whose birthday occurs during the window where it overlaps, where the constellations overlap, but for most of us, our signs have changed. For instance, in the Babylonian system, I'm considered a Leo. However, in the sidereal system, the 13-month sidereal system, I am considered a Cancer. Now, some of you might be familiar with Vedic astrology, which is also sidereal. However, it's based on the 12-month system. It's based on each constellation having an equal number of days. It does not include Ophiuchus. It does not include, it's not based on the true motion of the Sun and the planets across the constellations. So that's why there may be some discrepancy between your HeruScope and your Vedic astrology sign. What's another difference between the sidereal system and the Babylonian system? Well, it's not like I'm no longer a Leo. That's no longer valid. That's not what we're saying. The Babylonian system, like I said, is based on the motions of the Earth around the Sun. So it has to do with, how you move about in life. It has to do with what you do. For instance, I'm a Leo, so Leos are very creative, right? And they're, like performers or teachers or things like that. And I am a performer. I'm a musician. And I'm very creative. But in the sidereal system, I'm a Cancer. Cancers are all about their family and the home. And The sidereal system has to do with who you're here to become. It has to do with your destiny and your purpose. And so that it signifies a change, whereas the Babylonian system, it doesn't change. It just keeps going around the sun. You know, you just stay the same throughout your entire life. But with the sidereal system, it has to do with who you're here to become. So in my situation, I'm a Leo. I'm very creative. So I like to use my music to bring healing to the family, to bring the families together. So what's up with this HeruScopes? What's the difference between a HeruScope and a HeruScope? Well, HeruScopes are based on this 13-month sidereal calendar system, which consists of 12 months of unequal lengths, and then the 13th month is only 7 days long. That's Scorpio. But with HeruScopes, I've done the research and looked into the African or the Kemetic origin of the constellations and the names of the constellations. And so we use the Kemetic names and the Kemetic archetypes. Each planet is associated with one of the Neteru, and so when we're doing a HeruScope, we're aligning with the cosmic forces of nature, the gods and goddesses, the Neteru, because each one is associated with a planet and a constellation. With HeruScopes, it's not just about, making a chart and showing where the planets are and, which constellations are significant for you. But in HeruScopes, we're dealing with the energy of Heru. Heru is the redeemer. It's the hero and the hero of the myth. And so with HeruScopes, you're the hero of your own myth. Once we've determined what your purpose is, what you're really here for, then we can see what changes you need to make to put you in the position so you can emerge as the hero in your myth and see what your purpose is to help bring about this massive change on the earth and help bring about, enlightenment and restoring Ma'at to the earth. Because that's the purpose in life, is enlightenment and to restore Ma'at. So with your HeruScope, you'll have a navigation, you'll have a chart, you'll have a direction so you can head in that direction. It's like a map to see where you need to go. Not just, what are you doing right now, but where do you need to go? Where do you need to be? So now we have a chart which shows the correspondences, the planetary correspondences with the Neteru, and also with the Greek or Arabic names for the planets and constellations. So this information you can find in the HeruScopes Handbook and Resource Guide, which is located at tachia.com, or you can go to HeruScopes.com and be directed to the resource guide. It's a free ebook which you'll be able to download. So like I said before, in the Babylonian system, I'm considered a Leo. However, with HeruScopes, I'm the sign of Cancer. In HeruScopes, Cancer is called Khepra. Khepra is the scarab that raises the sun up, that raises Ra up every morning. Khepra is a symbol of transformation. And then, of course, the sun is symbolized by Ra. Ra is the god of creation, and is born every day when his mother Nut gives birth every day. And he travels across a bark from the east and rides to the west. And there's a lot more to say about Ra, but I'm not going to go into that right now. I will say Dua Ra, adorations to Ra in the form of the Creator. So now let's look at the ACUTONICS Tuning Forks that are in the Level 1 KemeTones Certification and Training. And we're going to talk about which Neteru you'll be working with once you have received your Level 1 ACUTONICS Tuning Fork Kit. Alright, now we're going to take some time to get to know the Neteru that are associated with the ACUTONICS Tuning Forks. And we'll begin with the Om Fork. The Om Forks I associate with Geb, because it's the earth around the sun. It's the tone of the earth going around the sun. Now in the Level 1 training, you will receive the middle frequency forks. However, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using the high level frequency forks so that you can hear the sounds. So this is the sound for the earth going around the sun in 1 year. It's the Om Forks. or Geb. This is for grounding. You'll receive the high frequency forks in the level 2 training. I just want you to be able to hear the sounds for now. The next interval we're going to look at is the Zodiac Fork, the Zodiac Third. The Zodiac Fork is associated with the constellations along the ecliptic. It's the tune that's in alignment with the precession of the equinox, which causes the 260,000 year orbit of the Milky Way galaxy. This frequency is good for, has a calming effect. It's good for removing blocks and toxins from our system. And this is the tuning forks that you will be working with in level 1 training. But for the purpose of the video, I'm going to play the high frequency forks, which come with the level 2 training. Everyone loves the purple forks. In HeruScopes, the Neteru that is associated with this fork is Anpu. Anpu, the opener of the ways, the preparer of the traveler, the messenger between heaven and hell, displaying alternately a face black as night and golden as the day. Anpu is the cosmic force that removes obstacles to our success in our spiritual practice and in our lives as well. So with HeruScopes and KemeTones, this is the tone that's associated with Anpu. The next pair we're going to discuss is the Earth Day Fifth. This is the tone for the Earth that's rotating on its own axis, and it's the tone for the Earth in one day. It's a 24-hour day. And I'm sure you're familiar that this axis is tilted, which gives us the seasons, and also is attributed to the precession of the equinox. And this is the tone that's good for making things stronger. It's generative, it's stimulating, it's tonifying. It's not an exact fifth, because on the planet Earth, we're always seeking a goal. We're always on a journey towards a destination. We're always trying to get better, trying to get stronger, trying to live longer, trying to, be better. So this is not quite a perfect fifth. It's almost a fifth. And again, for the purpose of this class, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use the high level frequency fork so you can hear the sound. And the Earth Day tone at KemeTones is associated with Ta-Ert, the goddess of the earth. So we have Ta-Ert and Geb. The next level we'll be working with at the Level 1 KemeTones Certification and Training Retreat this July in Portland, Jamaica, is the new moon. This is the new moon fifth. This is a perfect fifth. This is the tone for beginning and opening things and awakening things. And it's a very yin tone, very feminine, nurturing, watery tone. And even though in Kemetic culture, Jehuti is called the moon god, at KemeTones, the moon is associated with Shesheta, the female counterpart of Jehuti. Shesheta is the female scribe, the architect, the astrologer, the astronomer, the mathematician, the accountant, the builder, the laying out of the cord, the engineer. She's one of my favorite goddesses. And here is the sounds for Shesheta, the perfect fifth. Do a Shesheta. The next interval we're going to be dealing with is the full moon sixth. Again, we're dealing with the energy of Shesheta if you're at KemeTones or HeruScopes. The full moon is another watery, feminine, energetic expression of creation. It builds and bridges. It enhances everything. Like if you do an amazing treatment, you might end it with full moon just to seal it, just to put the icing on the cake. Here's the high frequency form. The high frequency forks for the full moon 6th. I've been told this is the same frequency that the Taj Mahal in India emanates during the full moon. Here we have the solar 7th, Ra. This is the vibration of the sun. It's tonifying, masculine, pulls us closer to the source. It's illuminating, it's warming, it's amazing. And you can't hear it, but I like to put it here on my first eye, right there, for illumination. Like when you just don't know what is the solution, solar 7th. When you can't see what the problem is, solar 7th. Having creativity blocks, solar 7th. So, I'm going to let you listen. This is the lower octave of solar 7th. Again, you have an opportunity to work with these high frequency forks when you come back for the level 2 KemeTones Certification Training. And the higher frequency of the solar 7th. And the final interval is Ohm octave. We have the middle frequency and the low frequency Ohm forks or Geb. It's really deep sound. I don't know if you can hear it. And we have the Ohm octave of the high frequency Acutonics Forks. I know you can hear these. Again, this is for grounding, for connecting. All right, so there you have it. We've gone over a little bit of the HeruScopes wisdom and an introduction to the tuning forks and the Neteru that correspond to them, and a chance to hear some of the sounds. So I hope this has got you interested in signing up for the KemeTones Certification Level 1 Certification Retreat and Training taking place in Portland, Jamaica, July 12th through the 19th. And I have some resources available for you if you'd like to get more information. We have the webinar that was presented in February. We have the KemeTones in Jamaica info kit. And then I also have the Introduction to Cosmic Sound Healing free video series. So all that information is waiting for you on this page. And please get in touch with me so you can make your deposit or your down payment today. Thanks again. My name is Tachia Ahmet El-Ma'at, wishing you Ankh, Uja, Seneb, and Hatep. Peace.